my speculation is that because the club was closing tomorrow, they would not allow it to be a community resource. So they burnt it to the ground so that no one else could use it.
We'll be here throughout the day for sure. We've managed to open up the roads. We've shut down the relay, so there will be no impact to the immediate area for the community. But we'll be here supporting the investigation phase, monitoring for hotspots, absolutely, overhauling, turning over any of the burnt materials, and then significantly helping the investigation phase to make sure they can find the origin.
So the firefighters are fighting valiantly to save as much of this building as possible. It was a nice old clubhouse, but it's completely destroyed. Looks like they're wetting down the canoes so they don't catch fire. So this is a sad end for the Toronto Humber Yacht Club. Their lease was not renewed after almost 70 years. And it looks like, I would imagine, suspected, alleged arson. Hey, my brother was a district chief, just retired.
Oh yeah? Who's that?
Mike Smith.
Mike Smith?
Yeah, you know Mike Smith? I'm doing a little documentary on my brother.
I don't.
You don't?
I don't know him, no.
Okay, he was the oldest serving.
Because there's a Mike Smith who's our president now, isn't he? Yeah. Our association.
So Mike was my younger brother. He was the longest serving firefighter in the history of Toronto, 43 years.
43.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, that's pretty impressive.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I know you guys are not talkative, especially when you're on the job, but you know, many people were thinking that this thing is going to go up one day.
And there you have it.
You know?
Oh, okay, so we're going to be closing this scene down? Yeah. Sorry, sir. We're going to have to push you back, okay? You have to go back to where the cameras are, because we're going to be taping off the scene, okay? Okay, perfect.
Good?
No, sir. I need you to go back by the cameras. That's where they're not allowed to be.
Oh, the big media. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
So it's
Where
good?
the media is. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Hey, you know what? You want to stay down here? I'll run off and get the car. Yeah, let's do that. I'll get this out of the way.
So you don't have to walk up
Yes,
the
Seth, I don't want to walk up the hill with this.
Yeah, let's sit over there so I can
Now his brother
Right here.
looks like, his brother actually looks
Right
like
here,
the
Diane.
sane one now, right? Oh.
I see. I just looked around.
Well, you know, what do you want to hear?
What'd you think
That
about
they
the-
did it?
It was complete, like it was obvious arson.
Yeah. It's club history to burn the place down. They burnt down the first one, they burnt down the second one, they burnt down the third one. And now that they have to leave in 2 days and they have 40 boats in there, they burnt down this one. It's no murder mystery.
Yeah. Did you know Cosmo?
Oh yeah, he threatened me personally.
He threatened you personally?
Personally. For being on the property. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's totally, if we can't have it, no one can. I'm sure the fire inspection will get to the bottom of it and it'll be concluded as arson and, you know, whatever. Either way, for a place that's leaving in 2 days, or tomorrow actually, they have a lot of boats in there that haven't left, and cabanas all down the shore that have not left. So whatever. Their Instagram page says they're in no hurry.
So they're challenging
that they're great stewards of the area. There's nothing to challenge. Their lease expires tomorrow at midnight. What's the challenge? Oh, we were members for a whole season.
Yeah, you said, and they were, and then after a season you left.
Yeah, so we thought it'd be fun. We got a boat. We found it to be an environmental nightmare. Just a ghastly amount of money and fuel. And then none of these people here went anywhere. They sat on their boats and drank and flicked cigarette butts into the river and pissed off the back, right? It's like, you know, great. Then Cosmo got in, and it became, you know, a toxic environment. And then when I came back the next year to visit friends, he threatened me. Get off the property, you're not a member, rah, rah, rah. I'll call the cops, I'll beat you up, blah, 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 blah. Buddy. So, whatever.
We were coming to pull our boat out because the city is closing down the club. I don't know if you're aware of that or not. But there's like this whole ongoing kind of feud between the club and the city. I don't know what the relevance is of that to the fire, but we just came to pull the boat out this morning, and it doesn't look like that's happening.
What's your thoughts on the fire?
Yeah, I don't know.
The building's pretty destroyed back there.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I mean, I don't know what happened.
What are you gonna do about your boat now?
Well, I already have a new place to put it, so I'm just gonna trailer it out there. But you know, I don't know if it's some foul play or if it's just because like the building wasn't maybe maintained properly or something along those lines. But I guess we'll find out.
So now I guess you don't know how you're gonna get your boat.
Well, shortly after I guess they move out of here, I'm just gonna tow it out.
Sounds good. I guess your boat, you haven't heard anything about damage.
No, it looks fine. I can see it. Yeah, so.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Appreciate
no problem.
it.
Yeah.
Take care.
Take care, guys.
Thanks. What's your name? Just for
Tristan.
Tristan.
Yeah, Tristan.
Okay. Tristan, did you take your boat out into the lake?
Yeah, I have.
You have,
a bunch
eh?
of times. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's because this obviously there's just the
So,
Humber River. Just
do you remember
goes
a couple of years ago when the boats were like in the river, they couldn't get out?
Like when it flooded?
Yeah.
Or,
no, when
or
it was so low.
This is my first year at the club. I literally came 1 year, had my boat here for a year. There was no problems like that, and then the city's closing it down. So.
Okay. Yeah, because about 3 years ago, there was about 4 or 5 boats. They were
Yeah,
in the river, you know.
For sure, yeah, because I mean it's a very shallow river. So I have a small boat. I have like one of the smaller boats at the club, so it's easy for me. 26? No, I had a 21 foot boat.
20 foot one.
Yeah, 21 foot.
Like a runabout.
No, I mean it's like it has like a little kind of aluminum cabin on it. It's
okay.
It's a proper fishing boat.
So this is a sad day in a way. Like, well, you're.
To be honest, mostly it's a sad. I mean, this is unfortunate. I don't like seeing this, but it's mostly a sad day because I can't trailer my boat out right now, which is rather inconvenient for me.
Is that what you came for?
Yeah. I came to pull my boat out. As you can see, like the city is shutting down the club. You know, an interesting story really would be like how the city's kind of handled going about shutting down the club. So I mean, they had this kind of ongoing like lease renewal issue, but it seems like this club wasn't really given maybe a fair chance to kind of negotiate and come to terms that the city was ready to accept, and then the city was just like, you're getting shut down. And then they were like, okay, actually, you know, you guys, we'll work with you guys for a little bit. And that was the plan. We were supposed to have until July, and then earlier this month they said you guys have to be out by the end of April, by the end of this month. And then they'll charge boats too for leaving it here. It's just little, I don't know, it was weird the way that the city's gone about.
Neighborhood complaints against the club.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in the neighborhood. So a lot of those complaints, some of them, like specifically on the jet ski riders, right? Like, which I think is maybe the bulk of the complaints. Like, a lot of those guys are public. Sure, but like public jet skiers is like, well, what complaints are you specifically referring to?
Noise and shore degradation.
Yeah, well, from shore degradation from erosion, or from like the club being here?
From jet skis ripping it up coming home.
Yeah, exactly. So as I said, like I agree the jet skis are a huge problem. Yeah, so I've been on my dock yelling at jet skiers. Like there's a public ramp there and a lot of...
These are the owners of the, like, just, you know what I mean? Regardless of like what's happened, all their stuff is gone. Like 7 years worth of stuff.
Yeah,
I know
I'm a member here. I was just trying to get my boat out.
Yeah, no, I'm saying like, I'm just saying in general, right? These people are here.
Yeah, sorry, what do you...
No, I'm just, it's like a lot of emotion right now with like what's happening, and like, I can hear people saying before, it wasn't you, but like talking about the site.
Yeah, no, I'm with you, man.
Yeah, it's just, all the stuff in the past, it's been in the news and all that stuff, but still, they just lost 70 years of
I know, this is really unfortunate.
yeah, it's super sad, right? So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyways, whether whoever was right in their complaints doesn't really matter now.
Yeah. So what?
It's all over.
Where are you going to go now?
I'm going to Port Credit.
Port Credit.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Well, that's actually probably a gives you better access to the lake.
Yeah, it does. But all right, I have to go figure out what I'm going to do with my boat and my day.
Right.
Right.
Right. Well, thanks very much
yeah,
for talking.
Yeah, no problem. Take care, guys.
Well, the clubhouse is pretty much extinguished now and just smoldering.
Yes, I've been on top of it because I've lived here for almost 15 years and had to be subjected to the poor behavior of this club being on the river, and also just the inappropriateness of the club being on the river, because it doesn't belong on the river. Even in their historical documents back in something like 1880, the government said the river is an inappropriate place for pleasure craft. And we're only now dealing with the fact that we need to start treating nature the way it needs to be treated. And I think it was retaliation, but that is just my opinion.
I'm staying across from the Toronto Humber Yacht Club, what's left of it. It burned 3 days ago. Yesterday, Friday evening, they brought in some heavy machinery. I'm not sure if they're going to take the rest of it this weekend or they'll wait until Monday. They're pretty efficient in taking down these buildings. It's quite a hazard right now. Yesterday, the police said they suspect arson, and the fire marshals are investigating. Their lease is, of course, up, and the river is going to be much changed since the Toronto Humber Yacht Club is no longer going to be here. Some say for the better, some say for the worse.